if a little infant crawls across a keyboard and hits the button that launches a nuclear missile, do we need to punish that baby for the devastation that it's wrought? Or did it just be a baby? So here's God. God puts humans in this garden. They literally don't know what evil is because they haven't eaten from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil yet. They don't know what wrong is. And God takes the thing that they're not supposed to do. He could have put the tree in another goddamn garden, but instead he puts it right in front of them and then allows someone to tempt them and knows the whole time, because he designed it this way and is all-knowing, I'm going to do this, they're going to eat the fruit, and then they're going to be sinful and I'm going to punish them. And then that happens, and he goes, how could you do this to me? I must now punish you. Like, do you not understand how that's a completely brainless, not only immoral, but just stupid thing to do?
I agree. That is the dumbest and most brainless interpretation I have ever heard. Pause here for a second, people. This is very important. It's a little technique to use here, and that is to ask who believes the story he told us. Do I, the Word of God, believe that version of events, or does he believe it? The answer is, he believes it, and not me. Let's watch the replay again. What was his own judgment over the story he shared with us? The most brainless. See how it works. A brainless person gets brainless results. He believes his own story, his own version of the story, which is so brainless he cannot believe it. Time for lessons. Here is a tip. If God, the wisest, appears to you as the dumbest, do not assume you have found the truth. Rather, try and use brain to figure out the opposite is probably true. You are caught up in a web of deception. God, the wisest, is always the wisest. True God is always where the wisdom is. Not there the dumbest is. Basic lesson, easy to learn. The Garden of Eden story, he tries to understand, and did his best to understand. Suppose he had bought some furniture from IKEA, and he tried to follow the instructions and put it together, but all he had was a pile of rubbish on the floor. And he vented his problems on YouTube, criticizing the company and the brainless instructions. Suppose I worked for IKEA, and I stopped by to troubleshoot his problem, and we followed the same instructions, and behold, a perfectly built chair materializes in his living room. Which reading of the plans would you say is the correct reading? Pile of materials stacked on top of each other, with no plan or function to it. Or the well put together furniture performing its intended function. There is the equivalence of the IKEA story in the Bible, and the very story he tries to understand, the Garden of Eden story. The story he criticizes do actually have a function far removed from his interpretation and understanding, and that is the solution to Christ's dilemma. There's a test to see which version is the correct version, and that is Christ's dilemma. Can Valkai's version of the story, Garden of Eden, make Christ appear? No. Can my version of the story, Garden of Eden, make Christ appear? Yes. Then, which version do you think is the correct reading?
Smoke and shadows.